Hell of a thing. Looks like somebody has a memory issue. Cognitive decline may be at play here. We don't know for sure, but I'll let you decide. Here's a conversation that went one way, but Trump said it went another. Here it is.
And inside of this country, Baltimore is a horrible, horrible deathbed. It's a deathbed. I know Governor Moore said, oh, he wants to take a walk with me. He meant it in a derogatory tone. I said, no, I'm the president of the United States. Clean up your crime and I'll walk with you. But it's tremendous crime. But he was trying to be derogatory. He doesn't have what it takes. But he's trying to be derogatory. And I met him at the Army-Navy game. They said, oh, there's Governor Moore. He'd love to see you. He came over to me, hugged me, shook my hand. You were there. He said, sir, you're the greatest president of my lifetime. I said, well, it's really nice that you say that. I'd love you to say it publicly, but I don't think you can do that, so it's okay. But no, sir, you're doing a fantastic job. I want to just shake your hand. Thank you very much, Governor. That was it.
And there's actually audio of the conversation that the two of you had that Fox News aired. Obviously, you were there for this conversation, but I want everyone else to have a chance to listen to this.
President, welcome back to Maryland, sir. Welcome back to Maryland. It's good to see you.
In person, too.
Thank you, sir. Great to see you. Great to see you. And great to have you back here. Great to have you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we are very, very anxious to be able to work closely with you. And I know the key bridge is something that we're specifically. It's going well. I mean, we spoke with Speaker Johnson yesterday, and Speaker Johnson says he believes that we're close to the 100% cost share. And the thing is, I told him when we get that 100% cost share done, we are going to be able to open the key bridge and be your watch, because I will have it done in 28. On time and on budget.
We'll help you out.
Thank you, sir.
Did you interact with him at any other point in that conversation? Did you ever tell him he was the greatest president in your lifetime?
I know this is breaking news to everybody, but the president is not telling the truth. What happened right there was when I first met the president, and then after he started talking about how I'm a good-looking guy, I started talking about the importance of the key bridge. And we started talking about how it was going to get done. And then he later on invited me to come sit with him at the game, and I told him, I said, I'm good.
I'm good. Trump holds press conferences like he's at the local barbershop. And if you know anything about the local barbershop, about 50% of what's being said is fabricated or, exaggerated. And the other 50% is just BS. Because that's what we do at the barbershop. But he does it as president of the United States at an actual press conference. And there's video of the conversation he's referring to, and he still is not challenged to tell the truth. To the governor's point, breaking news, Donald Trump was dishonest. Now, Trump either fabricated the conversation or mistook who he was referring to. Remember this?
Well, I know Willie Brown very well. In fact, I went down in a helicopter with him. We thought maybe this is the end. We were in a helicopter going to a certain location together, and there was an emergency landing. This was not a pleasant landing, and Willie was a little concerned.
Just to clear things up, have you ever been in a helicopter that made an emergency landing with Donald Trump?
No.
Have you ever been in a helicopter with Donald Trump?
No.
Another thing that Donald Trump said at this news conference was that you had said derogatory things about Vice President Kamala Harris to him in conversation. Have you ever had a conversation like that with Donald Trump?
No, I have not. Nor anybody else.
Now, Willie has exaggerated himself a time or two in his political career. But when it comes to this, my money's on Willie Brown here. Put it up full mass. Just like with Willie Brown, maybe Donald Trump mistook Wes Moore possibly for either Tim Scott or Wesley Hunt. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. that he probably thought he was talking to Uncle Tim. And the way he told the story is exactly how Tim Scott would have praised Donald Trump. I mean, back on June 14th, Wesley Hunt did call him the greatest president in our nation's history. We got it here. Quote, "It's no coincidence that his birthday falls on Flag Day and the 250th anniversary of the United States Army. It's not just serendipity, it's providence. Some moments are simply meant to align." Happy birthday to the greatest president in our nation's history, a man whose strength, unwavering resolve, and deep love for America reshaped the future of our country. His leadership restored pride, his courage inspired millions, and his vision reignited the American spirit. He is more than a president. He is a patriot, a warrior, and a true friend. Real Donald Trump, this day belongs to you. Now keep that text up. Mr. Hunt, sir, that is some universal cosmic ass kissing right there. You have to be one of the most prolific ass kissers of the modern century. Mr. Hunt, it is interesting to me that possibly Donald Trump has misquoted your words and attributed them to Mr. Wes Moore. Let's put it up full blast. So to recap, Trump launched into a story about Governor Wes Moore that many doubt ever happened. But hours later, the full video surfaced showing glaringly different narratives. The exchange was quite different than what Trump described, and the contrast has set off a wave of backlash online. This is the same man who told you Epstein who. Same guy. There's more. Social media had an absolute field day. Quote, no one actually believed that he did they? I knew Trump was lying because he was talking, one thread said. Quote, "It's literally caught on tape," another posted. Quote, "Surprise, he lied. Even with audio, I'm shocked," a third added sarcastically. One viewer could not help poke fun at Moore's obvious irritation with Trump. Quote, "I love that Wes Moore has his irritated black man face on for his interview. During Trump's Oval Office rant, he included Newsom and Pritzker, and a list of, quote, bad governors. Quote, Governor Moore, he's doing a bad job. Newsom's doing a bad job. All of their potential candidates are doing a bad job. I can't imagine Pritzker being even a candidate, but somebody said he is. He can't do the work. He can't do the job. He's not temperamentally suited." Just, yeah. The president declared Trump's pontifications prompted an earlier round of response on social media as opponents called him out for his falsehoods. Now, before I go to this, you do understand Trump is simply trolling everybody. He knows he has no temperament at all. So to troll the world, he says, these guys are not qualified. They don't have the temperament to do so. If Trump is talking about you, that means you are in fact scaring him. If he's not talking about you, you are not a threat. Remember how unqualified to be president Kamala Harris was? I mean, he talked about this every day. So much so, he decided to get a real job for 30 minutes at a McDonald's. Remember that campaign ploy? Okay. Wes Moore would also join in writing on X, LOL, keep telling yourself that, Mr. President. Now, Brother Wes, we're going to keep that up. I need you to get better at this, okay? That was weak, wasn't even a low blow, so you need to understand where you are right now. You are in the damn twilight zone. This is not politics as usual. We are not in the 90s. We're not in the 2000. Hell, I don't even know if we're still on Earth 1. We may be on Earth 2 or 3. But these kind of jabs, sir, will get you nowhere. You need to come stronger next time, all right? I'm telling you this because I love you. Newsom, like Moore, has been trolling Trump on social media for weeks, tearing a page out of Trump's old MAGA playbook and mocking the president's social media style. It seems to be working too, as Trump has become more and more defensive, lashing out repeatedly at Newsom. Now, Newsom is doing some Class A trolling here. Take note. Moore has also pushed back on Trump's claims about crime in Baltimore, noting that crime has fallen to record lows since he's been governor, according to the Hill. No, sir. Facts are not important to Trump administration, or those that follow him. What's important to them is that you clap back in a ratchet, lowbrow way. It's just what politics is today, sir. Sorry to be the one to introduce it to you. All right, Yasmin. So this is not an SNL skit. This is real life. We are living in it. And what I just reported to you is actual freaking news. What's
Yeah. George W. Bush doesn't like black people, and Donald J. Trump, he can't tell them apart. You know, that's the state of this country right now. Okay, look, Barber Talk Shop is fine. It's fun. I've been known to exaggerate a harmless story because it's funnier that way. But I feel like most people know that hyperbole is a normal and acceptable storytelling device. It's not about misleading people or misrepresenting situations. But when you're the president, when you are speaking to the press in the Oval Office, when you're actively threatening to send the National Guard into the city of Baltimore, Maryland, and you're talking about the governor of Maryland, the American people have to be able to take the words of the president for what they are. His words shape foreign and domestic policy. They shape foreign and domestic ideologies. They have direct impacts on the financial markets. And I'm tired of this line from the right that the left can't take a joke. When a joke literally costs people money, when it literally impacts people's lives, then it's not very funny. But to your point also about the ass kissing, Trump needs it, right? He expects it, he demands it. And that is some narcissistic behavior. That is a narcissistic demand. And we've all known for a long time that he valued loyalty over everything. And people on the left have been saying for years that that is dangerous behavior. But it's also behavior that we made fun of whenever we would see it in North Korea. And recently, there have been so many videos coming out of people in Trump's administration sitting in front of him in a conference room, telling him that he's the best president this country has ever seen, telling him that he needs to be celebrated even more than he already is, telling him that he needs to put pictures of himself all over Washington, D.C., which he has started doing, by the way, and telling him that they are so honored to be working for him. That is not normal behavior. None of this is normal. And the fact that he went on the news and lied blatantly, saying that Wes Moore said all these great things about him when he never did, you can't blame him, I guess, for getting confused, because so many other people in his life are telling him things like that. So he's like, I guess he also said that. Why wouldn't he? Because wouldn't he want to be on Trump's good side now that Trump is actively threatening to take over his city in his state? So like, it really is unprecedented times. And I know that word gets thrown out way too often these days, but we need to stop being so complacent and be like, oh, he's doing this now, you know, like, oh, that's weird how he's doing that. It's costing money. And not only that, but it is reshaping the way Americans think of ourselves as Americans, and the way that we think of our cities, and the way we think of our country and our identity here, and what it means to be an American. And I don't think that if we're so far past the point of rolling over and taking it, you know? So I really do stand with and support these governors who are speaking out against Trump, who are saying that they're going to work against him. And again, Trump is not trying to work with these governors. He is saying, I'm going to send the National Guard troops into your cities. And he's not consulting them on that. Governor Pritzker, he recently came out in a press conference and he said that he found out that Trump was planning to send National Guard troops to Chicago because he read about it in the paper the same way that the rest of us found out about it. And so he's not working with the governor, he's not working with the mayor, he's not actually trying to coordinate with the cities, he's not actually trying to make these cities safer. He is trying to take over these American cities.
Yeah. Where are the Epstein files? That's it.
Can't find them. Maybe they're in Baltimore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we'll bring you updates as they come. Governor Moore, you did a great job.